Out here at Kalahari High School event, checking in with 13460C The Burninators, coming out of New York State. As we're filming this right now, number 2 in the rankings in their division, so congratulations on a great season so far. Speaking about great season, already a couple triple crowns, some event wins, skills awards as well too. This team is absolutely on fire. Burninators, by the way, lots to talk about on this, a lot in regards to kind of the thought process that's going on this robot. You're talking about the center of gravities that go into it, some changes that they made in regards to their strategy, utilizing their flywheel during certain times, going more of that intake route other times as well too. And then we were talking about their autonomous and their programming journey. In regards to that, looking at using a downstream pods, decided to go different routes. There's a lot to break down on why they're moving this way, but still having a lot of awesome success. Let's learn more about this team coming up here on Pits and Parts. This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. The Robotics Education and Competition Foundation provides fantastic programs for students from elementary school all the way through college. These include VEX, aerial drone competition, online challenges, JROTC, girl-powered, scholarships, certifications, and so much more. To discover these exciting opportunities, visit recf.org and get connected. Discover how Kettering University students engineer their success with Kettering's amazing co-op employment programs where students earn great pay and gain valuable experience. Those accepted into Kettering University can apply for a robotics scholarship, providing up to an additional $5,000 a year in tuition assistance. Head on over to kettering.edu/vex to learn more and apply. Braden, lots to unpack with this robot. Let's talk about general build structure for things. There's a lot of thought process gone into your center of gravity. And then we're going to be jumping a little bit more into your wings and also your horizontal bar hang as well.
Okay, so this is Trogdor. We prioritized reliability and center of gravity for going over the barrier. We have very long wedges for a smooth transition over them, and center of gravity, placing our tanks up towards the front for a better center of gravity, getting over the barrier, second half falling forward. Some other things is a barrier climb, having 2 methods of climbing for strategy, having a horizontal bar climb with a 4-bar and a barrier balance.
And how about on your wings here, robot? What are you doing with that?
So our wings, we recently changed to a hinge instead of a screw joint. Some reliability things, we had issues with the screw joint breaking, and hinges were a more reliable hinge movement.
Something I want to ask you, when I watched your last match on here, for having a taller robot, it almost seems like the way you go over the barrier, you feel like a short robot going through that. Like, very different than most other teams that I've seen out there. You mentioned the sleds and the center of gravity, but talking about like kind of where that, like, where is your weight really distributed on your robot?
So our weight is really distributed in the middle. We have the flywheel, the battery, the brain, and most of the motors in the very center of the robot. So that helps a lot with center of gravity. The intake is pretty beefy, so it helps us push over. When the lift is up, we have issues with center of gravity because it's so high. When the center of gravity is higher, you tip more. Some other things is with autonomous, getting the tri-ball out of the corner. We added these standoffs recently at Kalahari for reliability, getting them out of the match load for auto win point.
Let's go into your lifted mechanism here with your flywheel. We're going to pass it over to Blake to talk more about that. Blake, when I watch matches, your team included, a lot of that meta is evolving over to not utilizing flywheel, just doing 1 or 2 match loads of things. But you still have the flywheel for skills competition, which you've done so well at so far. So talk to me about the general composition, what's gone into this.
So before we were using the flywheel a lot to match load over the black bar, but now that we've played quite a few matches, we've noticed that using the bowling method through the alleyway is much better. Instead of getting blocked, we can quickly go through the alleyway and get as many tri-balls as possible in the limited amount of time we have.
Looking at this game, when did you really decide to make those changes? Like, coming into this event, did you know you were going to go more of that bowling route, or was that something that, like, as you saw the matches happen here, that you made that decision?
We knew that it was going to be a tough challenge. We knew we were going to need to change our strategies. But no, we didn't really plan on bowling all that much. We planned on using the flywheel a lot, but I feel it's a better strategy to bowl.
I see a couple standoffs on your robot right here as well. Are you implementing a secondary type of climb with that?
Yeah, so our hang, it goes forward on the bar, and it's a passive hang. So we move the bot forward onto the bar, and it just slips up on there and just catches it, and it floats slightly off the ground.
Very cool. Love the continual thought process that's gone through this. Ryan, let's talk more about on the programming side of things. So when we were talking earlier, notice you do have some odometry pods on your robot, but as we discussed, your team has decided to go a different route for now in regards to how you approach autonomous and programming. So talk to me more about the path that your team has taken for this.
Yeah, so we didn't really get the point-to-point working for odometry. So right now, these wheels don't actually do anything, aside from make it scary to hang an inch off the ground. So we use PID. We found it more consistent to have each side of the drivetrain work independently, and that gave us a more accurate description of where we are.
Are you looking at potentially still going on an odometry route in future years, do you think, or even during this season, or are you pretty happy with the way your robot's going right now?
Yeah, so I think we're going to try to get odometry working, get a point-to-point so we know where we are.
Lastly, something I want to ask you in regards to this game from your autonomous side, have you made any major changes to like your autonomous pathing or what routes you're taking at all, or has that stayed pretty consistent over the last couple months?
Yeah, so actually in this event we had like 4 different autons. We started on the far side with what was it, 4-ball? Yeah, we started with a 4-ball, and then we managed to get a 6-ball after one night, and that wasn't too consistent. So we do have a 5-ball right now that we use that gets the win point pretty consistently.
Well, Burninators looking absolutely phenomenal here at Kalahari High School event. Can't wait to see how you do throughout the playoff match as well, so good luck there and throughout the rest of the season. Thanks a lot for taking the time to tell us more about your team.
Thank you.
This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. The Robotics Education and Competition Foundation provides fantastic programs for students from elementary school all the way through college. These include VEX, aerial drone competition, online challenges, JROTC, girl-powered, scholarships, certifications, and so much more. To discover these exciting opportunities, visit recf.org and get connected. Discover how Kettering University students engineer their success with Kettering's amazing co-op employment programs where students earn great pay and gain valuable experience. Those accepted into Kettering University can apply for a robotics scholarship, providing up to an additional $5,000 a year in tuition assistance. Head on over to kettering.edu/vex to learn more and apply. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on our new videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Most live shows can be found on the First Updates Now YouTube channel, live competitions at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow, and join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow. Check our other social offerings on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.